Good morning, girls and boys. It was so great to talk to all of you at Friday's Zoom chat. You're all looking great as always. And I know this isn't easy for everyone to be stuck at home or in your yard or whatever and not being able to see your friends. So at least we can Zoom chat and see each other that way. And I know some of you have been seeing each other when you go for walks and all. So this will be over soon, right? We'll get through it. We're all strong. So today we are going to talk about multiplying a whole number by a mixed number. Last week we did multiplying by a unit fraction. So now we're just throwing in a mixed number. So, this is the process for which we do it. And so if you look up here, I'm starting with like a word problem, because sometimes those are easier to visualize. So here it is. Jerry has a small pail, and his small pail can hold 2 3/4 cups of sand, 2 3/4 pounds of sand. And here's the large pail, which can hold 30 pounds of sand. And so the question is, can the large pail hold 8 of Jerry's pails of sand? How would we attack that? We want to know if the large pail can hold 8 of Jerry's pails of sand. So to figure that out, we are going to do this. We are going to say 8 of Jerry's pails times, remember his pail can hold 2 3/4 of a pound of sand. So we want to see if that will fit in the larger pail, which can hold 30 pounds of sand. So to find that out, we have to multiply 8 times how much Jerry's pail will hold, which is the small pail. So to do this, we are going to start, move over here a little, we are going to start this by multiplying, do I have that? No. We're going to do this. We're going to multiply 8 times the 2, the whole number, and then we're going to take that 8 and we're going to multiply it by the fraction 3/4. Okay? So we all know that 8 times 2 is 16, right? And then 8 times 3/4. Well, we know all we have to do really is multiply by the numerator. The denominator stays the same in this case. So we know that 8 times 3 is 24. And the denominator stays the same. So 24/4, which is an improper fraction. So we're going to change that into a mixed number. So we say, okay, how many times then can the denominator go into the numerator? How many whole times? So if we count by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Oh, look, nothing left over. So it goes in 6 whole times. So 24/4 is equal to 6. Nothing left over. So what we can do now is take this number, add it to this number, so we know that 16 plus 6 is what? 16 plus, let's take the 4, we'll make 20, and then there'll be 2 left over, so 22. So all of Jerry's 8 times 2 3/4, Jerry's 8 pails equal 22 pounds, and I'm going to abbreviate for pounds. That's kind of a funny abbreviation, but that's how you abbreviate pounds. So Jerry's 8 pails hold 22 pounds. Let's look. How much does the large pail hold? The large pail holds 30 pounds. So can Jerry put 8 small pails into 1 large pail? Looks like he can, because we know that 22 is less than 30. So yes, he can. He can do it. All right, let's look at one other one. Let's look at this one. It fell on the floor. Okay, so Ellie, she wants to make 5 blankets for her friends. Each blanket uses 2 and 2/3 yards of fabric for each blanket. How many yards of fabric does Ellie need to make her 5 blankets? So, what would you propose for us to do to figure this out? Multiply? You're right. I don't want to know what you're thinking on virtual learning. Did I hear you say? Ah, yeah, see, I'm smarter than you think. Okay, so we have to multiply the 5 blankets times how much fabric it takes to make each blanket. So we're going to multiply 5 blankets times 2 2/3 yards of material for each blanket. Okay, so again, we're going to do just like we did with the pails. We're going to say 5 times 2 2/3. So 2. So we have to say 5 times the whole number, which is 2, and then 5 times the fraction, which is 2/3. Okay? Well, we know 5 times 2 is 10. And then we're going to do this. We're going to multiply the numerators. 5 times 2 is 10. The denominator stays 3. So that equals 10/3, which is an improper fraction, which we don't want. So we're going to turn this improper fraction into a mixed number by saying, how many whole times does 3 go into 10? Let's see. 3, 6, 9. So it's 3 wholes, and then there's 1 left over, and the denominator stays the same. So 5 times 2/3 is 3 1/3. Okay, so now we need to add it to our 10. So 10 plus 3 is 13, and there's our fraction, 1/3. So we know that Ellie needs 13 1/3 yards of fabric to make her 5 blankets. Okay, so that's how you do those. Let's just try one. It's not a word problem, it's just an example. Okay, so 4 times 2 3/8. So remember, we're going to multiply by the whole numbers, and then we're going to multiply by the fraction. So 4 times 2, we know, is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. And now we're going to say 4 times 3/8. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12. Denominator stays the same. Okay, we have an improper fraction. We want to change into a mixed number. So let's see. How many times does 8 go into 12? 8. The next multiple would be 16. So we can't do 2. It has to be 1 whole. So that would be 8. And then 4 more would get us to 12. So 12/8 is really 1 4/8. Okay. Remember, 4/8 is really a half. So now we're going to add those together. 8 plus that whole number, 1, is 9. And then 4/8. And we could make that 9 1/2 if we wanted to reduce it. All right? All right, let's try 2 more. That was our example. All right. Number 1 is 8 times 2 3/4. Okay, so we're going to multiply by the whole numbers, which is 8 times 2 is 16, plus 8 times 3/4, which is, I'll write it out for you guys so you can see it. 8 times 3/4 is 8 times 3 is 24, and the denominator stays the same. So 24/4, I think we already did one of these, didn't we? So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So there's nothing left over, so it's 6 whole, and then 16 plus 6, yeah, we did do this, which would be 22. All right, so now let's try number 2, which is 4 times 7/12. Okay, so we're going to multiply by the whole number. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus now we need to multiply 4 times our fraction. So that would be 4 times 7/12. So that would be 4 times 7 is 28. The denominator stays the same. improper fraction, we're going to change it into a mixed number. Okay, let's do the multiples of 12. 12, can we do another one? 24, can we do another one? 36, no, that's too much. So it goes in 2 whole times, which would be 24, and to get to 28, we need 4 more. So that would get us to 4 twelfths. So now we're going to add our 4 times 1, which was 4, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 twelfths. And if you really wanted to be exact, you could reduce the 4 twelfths to 1/3. So it would be 6 and 1/3. All right, so what I want you to do is I'm going to have you complete the assignment that I've attached to the Google Doc here. And, you know, if you can, make sure your answer is reduced like we did here. Instead of 4 twelfths, we made it 1/3. Just don't forget to bring your whole number over too. You can't just say 6 and 4 twelfths equals 1/3. You have to remember the 6 to go with the 1/3. All right, give it a try. See how it goes. See if you can do it. And if there's one that's really hard and you can't figure it out, skip it and go to the next one. Okay? Fractions can be fun. So try them out. And like we said on the Zoom page on Friday, you use fractions in a lot of things that we do in life, like especially cooking. I use fractions all the time in cooking, and I know so did some of you who like to cook. All right, so have a good day, and I look forward to getting your assignments. Take care. Bye-bye.